Okay, well,
Um, okay.
welcome everybody. It is 4:01. We will get started. Welcome to the informational meeting for the Los Angeles County Regional Spelling Bee. We have been doing the spelling bee for this is I think our 17th year. We had the interruption during COVID, but we're back at it again. Last year was our first year back after the pandemic. And it was very interesting because we partnered with Scripps National Spelling Bee, and we are doing that again this year. So we're going to tell you all the details about how to register, what to do, what it involves, all the things. So I am Leslie Zaroya. I'm the project director for Reading Language Arts at Los Angeles County Office of Education. And with me is my partner, Terry, who's going to eventually take over the Queen Bee role.
Hi, I'm Terry Applebaum. I support elementary literacy,
Mhm.
and I am happy to be here to see you all.
Yeah, Terry's my details girl. She is the perfect person to do this job because she catches every little teeny tiny detail. So if you have any questions, email Terry. She's your girl. And Shana, you want to say hi? Shane is our newest member of the Reading Language Arts team.
Great to be here. I don't know much about the bee yet because I'm still new and learning. I'm a newbie,
She
pun
is.
intended. So I'm excited to learn here with y'all.
Yeah, Shana's our newest member. She's only been working a couple of months. When did you start? September?
August 1st.
August 1st. That's
August
right.
1st, yeah.
So she's learning. So, but I want you to get to know her because she's awesome. I stalked her to get her to take this job. So I'm not afraid to say that. All right, so let us get into the meat of this. So, what is the LA County Regional Spelling Bee? First of all, so it's an oral competition. We do not use paper and pen. Kids do not sit at tables and take tests. This is strictly an oral competition. It is for grades 4 through 8 students. We changed that last year. Used to be an elementary competition where it was for grades 4 through 6. And to align more with Scripps, we made the competition for grades 4 through 8. So anybody in those grades can participate if they are a district winner or a regional winner, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We are having it, we always have it in March every single year. So as you're planning year after year for this, you can always know that the regional bee will be in March. And that is because we backtrack from the state and Scripps. And so everybody is backwards mapping based on the next competition that the kids can be in. And so ours this year will be held on March 19th of 2025. It's usually on a Wednesday. We do it in the middle of the week. We are moving it up to 3:30 instead of 4, trying to move it up just a little bit. And kids will need to be there by 2:30 for pictures and interviews. So the top speller in grades 4 through 6 and 7 through 8, so elementary and middle school, will go on to the state Bs. And we pay for that. LACO pays for that. So that's partly why you have a registration fee. For us is because we have no money to put this event on other than the registration fees that we get. And then we have to pay to send the kids up there for the state Bs for both the registration fees, the child, their parent, and travel. So it ends up costing way more than what we get from you in registration fees, but we figure it out. So we have a couple of sponsors and we fund it out of our reading language arts unit. So the overall winner, so the top number one winner of the regional bee, whoever that is in whatever grade, 4 through 8, then goes on to the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And that is a new partnership as of last year. We had tried to get affiliated with Scripps for years and they said no. And now they're changing their structure and trying to get more regional partners across the country. And so we signed up to be a regional partner with them. That's why our name changed also to Los Angeles County Regional Spelling Bee.
Okay, and I will just butt in
Yeah,
real quick and
sure.
say that Leslie and I last year went to the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
Yeah.
It is amazing, and we are grabbing some ideas from there and making ours even better than it already is.
Yeah, we'll talk a little more about that when we keep going. This is the picture of little Oliver who won last year. He's a cute little guy, very serious. And we're going to take a quick look at our competition so you can get a sense of what does this thing look like when kids go there. All right, so here we go. Oh, or maybe not. No? Okay, let me escape and maybe I forgot to enable content. I did. Oh, okay, let's try it again. Okay.
Leslie, it's in the middle. You have to bring it back.
Oh my goodness. Let's start from the beginning. There we go.
Also, you didn't share sound.
Oh my God.
Okay, hold on. We're having technical difficulties.
Technical
Do-
difficulties.
Do new share, like hit share again.
Okay. Hold on.
Are you not downloaded? No, like on Zoom is what I mean.
Right. I know. But I'm gonna, whoops. Okay. And you're saying on Zoom do what?
On Zoom, hit share again.
Okay.
And then over on the right, there's a little thing you have to
Oh
click.
yeah, the share sound. Sorry.
Okay.
Do I want to hit optimize or no?
No.
Okay.
But now you're not sharing your screen. Okay.
There we go. All right, here we
Nope,
go.
nope,
Let's
nope,
try
nope.
some-
You shared your screen and no PowerPoint.
Oh my God.
We did some-
Yeah, we're new to Zoom. We've never done this before.
So sorry.
Oh my God. Let's try it again. Share.
Make
Desktop.
sure you hit share sound.
Share sound. And there we go. Now are you seeing
Yep, yep, you're good now.
it? Okay. Here we go.
Oh, but now
Oh
you
my
need to
gosh,
bring
and
it
it
back to
started in the middle once again. Why did it?
Hey, welcome to the Bee.
I love that part. I think one of the reasons to do a spelling bee is to celebrate that, to celebrate literacy and a knowledge of linguistics and how the English language works. And it's fun. It's really fun for kids. Kids love it. So
I'm definitely nervous, but I'm also excited to be able to compete.
I'm feeling very nervous and a little excited. Kind of nervous.
To prepare, I studied the script's words. I also studied Greek and Latin roots.
It gives me an opportunity to learn more words.
I love competitions and I love words, so it's like my favorite thing.
The hardest word I've had to spell, coccidiosis, and it's COCCIDIOSIS.
And I was so happy and excited when I won in my school.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which I think it's SUPERCALIFRAGILISTI. I prepare by studying the words of the champions.
CEXP. At first I didn't want to do it, but then I ended up winning and I really enjoyed it.
IA.
Oh, thank you so much for all your support.
LIDOCIOUS. I think.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
all right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the LA County Regional Spelling Bee.
Good luck, speller. The word is scanty.
Scanty. SCANTY. Scanty.
That is correct. Thank you.
Selfie. CELFY. Selfie.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Your word is puzzles. Nozzles. You can swallow your water.
I already did.
Well, I looked at the vocabulary words and I studied them really intensely.
What is a hamlet? A young swine, or B, a small settlement? Hamlet.
This year, we're really excited to be involved in the Scripps National Spelling Bee as a regional partner.
B. That is correct.
This is a great opportunity for students in LA County, whether they be in a public, a private, a charter school setting, to be able to represent Los Angeles.
Euloginous.
That's correct, speller. Please stay at the mic. Speller, the next word is melologue.
Melologue. MELOLOGUE. Melologue.
That is correct. Speller, you are the champion. Congratulations.
First of all, I just want to wish you both congratulations. It's a huge feat to do what you've both done.
To this morning's Bright Spot, a sixth grader from Silver Lake will represent LA County at the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
We'll do the best we can to help them get ready for it.
But that word that Oliver spoke,
I didn't hear what is the word? I don't even know what that word was. I know. He didn't hesitate. He just had it, right?
Amazing.
Good for him.
I love that. Every time I watch it, it just makes me happy. Nope. Okay.
Make you watch it again.
Yeah, we don't need to watch it again.
Okay, so in the shared drive, I've been dropping that link in the chat. I'm going to drop it in one more time. Go ahead and open that up. Inside of there is the important dates for the LA County Regional Spelling Bee 2025. We're going to go through some of those dates right now and just kind of help you understand better what our process is. The other item in the shared drive is a copy of our slides. So if you need to share it with someone afterwards, feel free to do so, or you want to go back and look at something. Everybody good? You found it? You got that open? Okay, I see some thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm going to go through it on the next two slides in more detail, but just so you know kind of what you're looking at. If you are working for a public school district, you're looking at that left first column, the blue, and then all the yellow at the bottom. If you work for a charter school or a charter organization, a private school or a homeschool, then you are looking at that second column, the green one, and then the yellow at the bottom. So most of the information is the same, but there's a little bit of a difference, and I'll kind of walk through that. So Leslie, go ahead and go to the next slide because that really goes into the details.
All righty.
Okay, so if you are in a public school district, you are listening. If you are not in a public school district, kind of you don't have to go for yours, but you don't have to listen carefully yet. I'm going to go to yours in a moment. Okay, so each school in your district that wants to have the opportunity to send a speller to our bee must register with Scripps. And the website is spellingbee.com. If that school doesn't register with Scripps, and let's say a student from that school wins the district B and tries to register with us, we will tell you that that speller cannot come to our competition. And again, that is the rules with our partnership. So any school that wants to participate in your district B and have the opportunity to move on to the regional B must register with Scripps.
Let me tell you why. Because I got this question the other day, somebody emailed and she said, we've got all these schools that are going to be in our district B and only one kid's going to go. Do we have to pay all that money? And yes, because that's how Scripps runs their program too. The child who wins gets a $50,000 scholarship. And for $85, you get everything you need to do your B. It's worth it. So even though it seems like a pain to register all your individual schools just so that, your district winner can come to our competition for the chance to go to Scripps, that's how it works. So you can't really get around it. And we get in trouble if we bypass that. So we have to be, honor our partnership with Scripps as well.
Yes. Thank you for adding that. Okay. So you can see in the little screenshot of the important dates document, $185 up until October 31st for your schools to register with Scripps. After that, it goes up to $199. So I recommend registering early. Like Leslie just said, all of the materials that your schools and district will need for their Bs are in the Scripps portal, but you have to pay in order to get that. So just registering and not paying, you don't get access.
It doesn't count.
So you're listed. I can see that you're enrolled or that you're pending enrollment, but until you actually pay, you won't get access to the portal. Once you get access to the portal, you'll have the student study list, you'll have the grade level competition list, the school competition list. We have the district competition list, which we will share with you later.
Yeah, they don't
need that yet. They don't give that to us until probably January.
Yeah.
But you don't need the district one yet. But everything that your teachers need, your grade levels need, your school principals need, your coordinators need, everything is in the Scripps portal once you pay, including letters to parents and all sorts
Every single thing you could ever need. How to advertise it, what the judges' roles are, what the pronouncers' roles are. I mean, anything that you need to do a B is in the portal. So it's a bargain, honestly, for $185 just to get all of that stuff. No one has to sit and make a database of words. You just have the whole word list ready to go.
Yeah, so it's great. That is open already. It opened back in the end of August, and you have until January 31st to register within Scripps.
And pay.
And to pay. Thank you. So
and if you're wondering how to pay for it, I would say ask your PTA or ask a local business. This is the exact kind of thing that we get a lot of people from the community that say, how can we help? So you can go to your local Kiwanis Club or Lions Club or Rotary Club or, whatever business in town that supports a lot of things and say, hey, will you sponsor our school to register for Scripps? And I bet they would do it. So if it is an issue with trying to find $185 in your budget, have PTA go out and see if they can find it from a local business.
Okay, so once your schools have registered with Scripps, the schools do not register with us. If they're in a private school, they're not in LAUSD, so that'll be the next slide.
Yeah, you're not listening if
We're
you're
only talking about public schools. But,
yeah.
Okay, so your schools do not register with us. One district representative from your district registers with us, and I will drop that link.
So you just have one district liaison who's in our system, and that's the person we funnel all the information through.
Okay, so I just put that in the chat. That is the link that just one district personnel person, you know what I mean, registers. So every school in Scripps, one person for the entire district registers with us for the LA County Regional B. And yes, there is a fee for hours in addition. But as Leslie said, it all goes straight back into the program. We're not making any money on this.
Good Lord, no. We're losing a lot of money on it, but it's worth it because it's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so then you have until February 28th to go ahead and have your site Bs and your district Bs. Again, this is public schools only. So you want to make sure all your competitions all the way through your district level B are completed by February 28th. And then by February 28th, we will have sent something to all the districts who've registered with us, and we will give you a form to complete with your district winner. You will send one district winner to our competition. LAUSD, there is one winner from North, one from South, one from East, one from West.
They're considered 4 districts. North,
They're
South,
4
and
different districts, North, East, South, and West. So, but every other district, which is a reasonable size, you get one competitor to our B.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just look at the chat. One registration for all of LAUSD. No. So Denise, you are the coordinator for one of the regions. Yes, you are going to do a region. So you count as a district. East is a district, West is a district, North is a district, South is a district.
Because it's so huge, it didn't make sense to give them only one slot. So they get 4 slots because it covers such a wide geographic area.
Yeah. So Denise and Mary, sounds good?
Okay.
Okay. You guys are good. Okay. So that's my big information about public school districts. We're going to move into the next slide.
Okay. But did you talk about the district speller that we don't register that person until later?
Yes, I did, but I'll say it again. So everyone who's registered public school districts that are registered in our system, as we get into February, I will send you an email with a Google form and you will complete it with your one district speller. Yes, that's what you're talking about, Leslie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody have questions about that? No? Okay.
Okay, so now this is for my private schools, my charter school organizations, and if you're a homeschool. Again, every school must register with Scripps. So if you are part of a charter school organization, and let's say you have 6 schools within your organization, you still have to have every single school register. Deborah, yes, that's
correct.
If you are one private school, your one private school is registering with Scripps. You need to have your site Bs completed by February 10th. And here's why. Your process is just a little bit different. You have 2 options of how to move forward. So private schools and charter schools, very often you're talking about one school. So we can't have one competition at your school site and then your winner comes to us.
Otherwise,
So
we'd have 8 million kids.
last year we had over 450 schools in LA County registered. So we obviously can't do that, which is why we have one district winner. So if you're in a private or a charter single school or homeschool, then you have two options. You can register your school's champion in Scripps portal, and they'll participate in what they call the OTP, which is the online testing platform. So it's a written test online, and we'll share information more about the specifics of that as that gets closer in February. So you must register that school champion in Scripps portal by February 10th, because the portal will open and they will have the opportunity to take that test between February 10th and February 21st. And the reason that the window is open at that point is because then we look at those results, we choose the top spellers from the online testing platform, and we'll notify the school, and those champions will move on to the regional spelling bee. Now, if you don't want your student to take an online test, you have another option. You can either work with a charter organization. So like, for instance, last year, we had some charter organizations that had multiple schools, and they held what they called their District B. So if you are in a charter organization, and let's say you have 6 schools or something like that, then you can have all your sites have their Bs, and then you have one large B, and you send a district or charter organization winner to us as your regional B competitor. Another option was some of the private schools got together last year and held a community bee. So they picked one location, one school hosted it, they invited people to it. We sent out the information. So whoever organizes it will contact me, and then I'll send that information out to all the private schools, charter schools, and homeschools. And then if you are interested in having your top speller from your school participate in the community bee, that speller will go to a site on a specified date and time. They'll take part in an in-person oral competition, just like ours. And the top winner from that will count as the community bee winner, and that person will come to our bee. And then,
does that make sense? Is everybody with us so far? This is the part that's,
I know it's so complicated. So we try to break it down and make it as easy.
I think if you think about it logically, what we're trying to do here is the process is school, classroom B, probably school B, district B, regional B, state B, and national B. So this is a progression. If we took kids from individual school sites in private or charters or homeschool networks, those kids have a disadvantage because they have not had the live competition with other kids or even another competition in order to have enough experience to go further along in the process. And we're trying to get this level of winner who goes on to state and national because they're going to do better. They're going to have more experience. They're going to do better. So that's kind of what Scripps is looking to do, is to streamline this process a little more. What they used to do is just say, anybody enroll in Scripps and your kid can come to the national B. Well, that doesn't really make sense. You know, one kid from every school in America. I mean, first of all, you'd be there forever. And it doesn't make sense. They need multiple competitions under their belt to get some experience and to not feel nervous and to really do well. So that's, if you think about it that way, that kind of makes more sense as to why we set this up like this. Elise,
okay, let me answer a couple questions from the chat first, Elise,
okay.
And I might answer your questions. So give me 1 minute. Okay, so for the community B, yes, it would be a group of private schools, charter schools, homeschool students that would get together. One school would host it, and you would have what would be considered the district B, and then one winner would come to us.
You just do it amongst yourselves, and Terry helps you coordinate.
So whoever is going to host it lets me know. Last year there were supposed to be 2 community Bs, and then people contacted those hosts and said, yes, I'd like my speller to participate. They let me know which students were participating. One had more registrants than the other, so they ended up combining, and they just did one community B. So that's what it was last year. We don't know yet because we haven't put this out there yet. I will be sending an email to my private schools that are already registered soon, and just let you guys know about it and remind you that if you want to host a community B, let me know, and then I'll start just publishing the information. Minimum number of schools for the community B. I mean, as many students as you can to have a good oral competition.
I think not less than 20.
I was going to say somewhere between 10 and 20 last year, I think is what it was. It was kind of, but it was our first time.
They may as well just take the online test, right? I mean, it would just be comparable. So I would try to get at least 20 together if you want to organize a community B.
Yeah. And then, so yes, as soon as I get information on the community B, I will start sending it out to private and charter schools. Last year we had a separate meeting for private and charter schools. If as we're going through B season, we feel like that's necessary and we're getting a lot of questions, we can do that as well. The 250 for LACO, it's not actually listed on the important dates. When you register on the LA County Regional Spelling Bee Informational, sorry, no, I'm looking at my screen and that's not it. The LA County Regional Spelling Bee, which is in March, which I put the link into the chat and I'll grab it and put it back again. When you register on this link, it will tell you the $250. I think that it's not actually on that sheet if you're looking for it specifically on that sheet. So yes, Eileen, $185 per school in the district goes to Scripps. $250 is one fee from the entire district to LACO. When do you register your private school? Okay, so you don't register with us. If you're a private school, Anna, I'm looking at your question, and you want your students to register in the OTP, you're going to, I'm like moving my arrow so I can point out, not my screen.
Oh, here.
Yeah. So you would register your student in the Scripps portal under the school champion by February 10th. And then what happens is you register in Scripps portal. I get the information. I then give permission for them to take the test. Their parents get an email. So part of the information you put in is parents' email. They set up an account for their student. And then the student comes to school on a specific day and time of your choosing. In that window between February 10th and 21st, they take the online test with a with someone. Chaperone's not the right word. What's the right word?
Proctoring.
Thank you. With a proctor. And they're done. And I think it's like a 30-minute test, if I remember correctly. I hope that answered your question. So
yeah, and they're
February
saying
10th.
that I think the confusion around the 250 for LACO is that so charter and private schools are not going to register the 250 with LACO right away because we don't know if you're participating with us yet. We won't know until either you do your community B or the testing. So they register later after the online testing program and we pick the top kids to come participate in the regional B, then they'll register.
Right. So
everybody else registers ahead. So we have a sense of how many people we're going to have, how many kids in the
right. So public school districts register with us right away because they're definitely going to send us one winner.
Yeah.
Private schools, charters, after your student takes the OTP, if they get selected as one of the top winners, then we ask your school to pay the $250 and register with LACO. Or if they participate in the community B and they are the one top winner, then we will contact the school and ask them to register with us. I saw another question. How many students get chosen from OTP? It really depends on how many take the test. So it's going to be a percentage.
Like a percentage.
Yeah. So last year it was 5. We'll see what it is this year. It really depends on how many people
we'll look at how many public school districts we have, and then we'll look at how many took the test, and we'll take a percentage to try to equalize it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, Elise, was your question answered or no?
No, and sorry, I'm driving. Otherwise, I would have.
No, that's okay. Then please be careful.
I will. What if we are our only school participating in the district? So, I mean, it's an incentive for the kids, like their LA County bid. But I guess my question is like, should we try and get more schools in the district to participate? Or
I would try. We don't police public school district competitions, because there are many districts that have maybe 2 or 4 schools in the district that participate, and not all of their elementaries or middle schools. Here's what we tell them. The more kids that compete against each other, the better they do. So if you want a winner, you need to try and get more schools to participate, because, and you should change your grade span to 4 to 8 to match ours and the Scripps, so that you're preparing kids. They're getting all this exposure to this when they start 4th grade, and they keep doing it through 8th grade. So yes, you have just one school in a public school that's your district competition. That's up to your district. Whoever they deem as their district level winner, that's who we take. I'm not going to police that. I can't go around and check every district. There's too many of them. But it's to your advantage to get more people involved, because your kids will do better in the long run and going forward. You will not believe the competition.
Right. So
it's insane. At least we lost you. If you had another question, we didn't get it.
Similar to, like, I guess. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Try again.
Oh, sorry. Would you suggest, like, working with another neighboring district if we can't get another school?
No, because every district, no, she's a public school, you right?
Yes,
I'm public school?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because every district sends one winner. So we do recommend that you just reach out to some other schools in your district, try and get more to participate. But as Leslie said, we're not going to police how many. You're going to tell us this is our district winner, and we're not going to ask how many competitions you've had.
No.
Got it. Okay, great.
It's too much for us.
But that question, Elise, about partnering is not a bad one, because if you're a charter or a private school, what you can do is reach out to whatever school district you're actually housed in geographically. So let's say you're a charter school in Alhambra. It would be smart to reach out to Alhambra and say, hey, do you guys participate in the LA County Regional B? And if so, could our kids compete with your kids? And we'd send one winner. I mean, it gives the competition, it gives you better competition to compete against. So you could do that, and some people chose to do that, but most did not. Most took the online test.
Okay, so I have another question. Doug, I know what your situation was last year, so I understand why you're asking. Doug's question is, can I register a student and add an alternate? The answer is no. So once we get to that February 28th date, you need to tell us who your speller is going to be. I recommend to everyone here, you need to talk to the parents ahead of time.
Yeah.
Make sure they are committed to bringing their student to the regional competition and that they are supporting it. Because if they are not, and you've now paid this money and put in all this effort, and your student doesn't show up at the competition, then you're left feeling very badly. So please, before you fill out that competitor form telling us who your winner is, make sure you reach out to the parent, make sure that they are on board, they know the details, they are going to bring their student.
Yeah, we only had that happen one time last year. That has not been, most parents that are, that their kid is into this and they're good at it, the parents are very much involved and know about it. But we did have a situation where a child didn't show up, and that was a bummer, because they could have had the second place kid and they could have figured that out ahead of time, but he didn't know. So yeah, that's a really good point, to just double check with your winner and make sure, hey, your child is eligible to go on to the LA County Regional Spelling Bee.
Can I ask also? The parent has to be there, or a guardian?
No, they don't have to be there, because everything's filled out ahead of time.
Really?
Someone has to bring the student and be responsible.
Yeah, they have to get there.
Just to bring the kid.
We don't want anyone dropping their kid off and being like, hi, I'll come back in 4 hours.
Yeah.
So as long as someone is there as a guardian sponsor of the child, that is fine. Yes.
But it can't just be me, like the teacher. Can I
think a teacher could do it if
as long as the parent is giving you permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other question about segregated by grade level. No, there is one competition for grades 4 through 8. So last year we had 2 6th graders in first and second, and what was it, Terry? So Oliver was a 6th grader. Alejandra was
our
an eighth
first
grader, I
grade.
think.
I'm sorry, our first place winner and our second place winner was sixth graders.
Sixth graders.
Our third place winner was a seventh grader. So there were fourth through eighth grade competitors, though. I mean, there were some fourth graders that went really far in the competition. So no, it is all
And
one.
that's how Scripps is. That's why we do it that way, because in Scripps, oh my gosh, we had when
there
we
were third graders, 8-year-olds at
there were
Scripps.
just these little tiny kids up on stage, and they got eaten alive. They did not last. And that's
No. There was some that went far. There was an 8-year-old that went really far at Scripps.
Do you remember? I don't remember that, but anyway, it's good experience. They should have many competitions under their belt, because the more competitions they do, the more experience, the more confident they get, and the more exposure they get to the kinds of words that they're going to be facing if this is a track that they want to keep doing. Like, not every kid loves the bee. Like you heard on the video, the kid's like, "Oh, I didn't really want to do it, but then I won." And it was fun. So it was like, okay. But some kids are really into this. Like, this is their thing. And so one of the things that Terry and I loved about going to Scripps last year was the sense of community that the kids find at these bees. Like, a lot of these kids get, they can be a little nerdy, and they can, their interests are not, sports, or not always the kinds of things that other kids are interested in. And they love words. And so the interesting thing was, all these kids said, "These are my people. This is my village." And I've made so many new friends here, and this has just been such a wonderful experience. And kids said that who got out in round 1, because you stay all week at Scripps. It's not just a one and you go home. It's you stay all week for the entire process. And it's great. It was worth every nickel that we put into it. It was a beautiful experience. I think it was just unbelievable for these kids. A great, experience for them to go through. Okay.
I'm answering Jacob's question in the chat.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it out loud as well.
Okay.
That once you enroll in the Scripps portal and you pay, you receive access, or your schools receive access to all the word lists. There's study lists with students and competition lists, classroom, grade level, school. We have the district, we will be given the district competition list in January. So you don't have to use those, but they're there for your use. I mean, that's kind of what you're paying for, is to get all that, so you don't have to create it yourself.
Yeah. I mean, it really does make hosting a spelling bee a no-brainer, because they give you every single thing that you need. So for $185, like I said, it's a bargain. It really is, because otherwise you'd have to have a committee sitting down to make all the words and putting them in a word, which is what I did before we signed on with Scripps. I had a database, and I had to change it every year, and I had to do all these things, and now I don't have to do that. So it's much easier to do that. So just to move this along here a little bit. So just a little bit about Scripps. So only one kid from our competition is going to go, and we're hoping to grow that into having, so it's $5,000 for us to send one kid to Scripps as a regional partner. And then it goes up from there. And we met other regional partners there last year who send, 3 kids. And so we're working our way into that. The plan is to grow this so that we can send more than one kid from Los Angeles. It's $7,500 for 2 kids, and I think it's $10,000 for 3 kids. So we're looking to get a big sponsor, a sports team. So if any of you know anybody at like the Clippers, the Lakers, or anything like that, or the Dodgers, let us know, because we need a sponsor. Anyway, wanted to tell you a little bit about the Scripps event this coming year. So it's an entire week. It's the week of Memorial Day. So kids arrive on Monday, Memorial Day. There's a barbecue that evening, and then there's the opening ceremony, and the kids come running out of this tunnel. It's like what they do on the football field. The kids come running out of the tunnel that looks like a bee. It's super cute. They make them feel so special. And this year, it's the 100th anniversary of Scripps National Spelling Bee. And so they're going all out. I mean, it's going to be all kind of hoopla. So there'll be lots of special events. And like I said, kids and their parents stay the entire week. So there's there's barbecues and activities and interviews and games and all kind of stuff that they do. And then they take them out one of the days and do a little field trip around Washington, D.C. So they get to see some of the sites as well. No, we won't, Elizabeth, we won't have a sponsor I imagine by the end of this year, I will have a sponsor for next year. I'm working on it with our foundation. So I'm in the process. And then, like I said, if any of you have any connections to movie industry or anything that's got money that would feel like sponsoring us, let us know and I'll have a meeting. Okay, so that's that. Any questions about the actual Scripps process? It was fabulous. Okay, then for your site in District B, so like Terry was talking about, Scripps gives you your complete word list, all your rules, your forms, your procedures, and your study guides. But as we said before, if you don't pay, if you register in Scripps but then don't pay by the deadline, you're out. And you can't be in ours either, because we don't want to do all this and then have your kid win and not be able to go to Scripps. That would be horrible. We don't want to do that. So we make sure that everybody's paid and we track it as well. Terry's in there all the time checking who's registered, who's paid, who's, so that we don't have that issue. When we want to make sure the kid that truly wins our competition gets to go. So there's no issue with that. Okay, Terry, close this out.
Sorry, I was just answering a question. There's questions about the study list. All of the classroom and grade level and site lists are already in the portal. As soon as you pay, you have access to that. The list that's used for our competition is called the Words of the Champion. I can't remember. I think that it'll be in the portal, but it won't be released yet. And we will let you know when it's released. I believe that I sent it out last year, but it was also in the portal.
They're very careful about when they release things because they don't want lists getting out across the country. You have to remember this is a national thing. So we don't get our list until they release it. So I have no idea until, 2 weeks before what the words are. That's just how it is. We just wait until we get this big package in the mail with all of the words.
Right. And we're not allowed to release video recordings of our Bs until certain dates.
We can't live stream it
because everyone is using the same list. So they're very careful about when things get released.
We can video and share it later, but we can't do any live streaming on the actual day, which is what we used to do. We used to show it live on Facebook, and we can't do that now because then the word list would get out to other areas that are doing it. So they're careful. They're trying to keep it a clean competition, and I respect that.
And just so you know, the study lists do include words for spelling as well as words for vocabulary definitions. So for the vocabulary definitions, you say a word and then it's multiple choice, A or B, which is the correct definition. So we do recommend that you start putting that into your competitions because it will be in the OTP for private schools, the online test, and it will be at our regional B.
We did 2 rounds last year of vocabulary, and we'll likely do that again.
Yeah, and the reason we do it is because Scripps does it, and we want to make sure our students feel prepared when they get there as well. Okay, so a quick recap of everything we talked about, and then we can still answer more questions. So have your participating schools register with Scripps. If you're a public school district, register with our LACO system in order to just let us know that you intend to send one winner from your district. If you're LAUSD, one region. Private schools, charter schools, homeschools, you're going to hold your site Bs and then make plans to either partner with other schools for the community B or register your winner to do the online test. And then the name of your speller will be a different registration form. I will send that Google form out. That will be due by February 28th. So probably the beginning of February, I'll start sending that out to districts that are in our registration system. And then also anyone who is our top spellers for the community B or the OTP.
Okay. And we also
the B will be at Almanzor Court on March 19th.
Okay. If you do have someone who would like to make a donation, the LA County Education Foundation is, we have an account there. The Spelling Bee has an account there. So we'll be sending out more information around that. They're getting us set up with a QR code so we can send it out. We'll send it out to you guys and say, hey, if you got any friends who want to help us, we would love that.
I will be sending out lots and lots of emails throughout the entire B season. You'll get to the point of just leave me alone, stop bothering me. But I give you lots of information just to make sure that you
very thorough.
Are always aware of things.
The other thing is we have a new LAUSD coordinator. It used to be Andrea Canty, and now it's Fabiola Garcia. And so if you are LAUSD north, south, east, or west, and you have a question, you're going to ask her. And she's going to help you figure out where to go for your region, your district B, and all of that. So we know we have a lot of LAUSD schools, so we want to make sure that they're taken care of as well. And then we also put on the slide, so you guys have access to this deck in your folder that we gave you the link to. So all these links are live. You can click on them in the PDF. And then Scripps also has a support line. Feel free to click on that if you need help. If you are trying to pay and you have a problem with Scripps, so I've had a lot of people contact me and say, hey, I can't get in, I can't pay my fee to Scripps. Can you help me make the payment? And I'm like, no. We're not, our systems are totally different. We're two different organizations. You have to go through Scripps if you have a problem. So, but the support line can help you. And if you don't get anywhere with getting help, let us know and we will reach out to our contact who will help you. So we have an inside person that we send hard cases to that are struggling and can't seem to get through whatever issue they're having. So
the questions in OTP, are they multiple choice? No. Only the vocabulary section, which is the same for our B as well as Scripps. Otherwise, the students are actually typing in their answers. They will wear headphones on the online test. And again, I'll send out more information about this, but they wear headphones, they listen to a word, and then they type it. Other questions? Let's see.
Any other questions for the good of the order? Yes, Jenny.
I think she was just waving.
Oh, oh, you're going by.
She's waving goodbye.
Thank you, Jenny. Okay, so the test
is online. So if you are a private school or a charter school or a homeschool, once you have your school competition, your one school winner is going to register on Scripps as your school champion, and then they will be taking the online testing platform.
Yeah.
Tiffany, you want to unmute and ask us a question?
Yeah. If you're in a regular district, don't worry about it. You don't take the test.
Thank you guys. This is all very helpful. I was just going to say, I saved the drive. Are you guys going to put this presentation in the drive?
We are. We're going to put the recording in there so you can, and the PDF of the slides is already in there.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't see it. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
The second item in the drive is the PowerPoint. It's a PDF of the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. That's what threw me off. Thank you guys so much. This is very helpful.
Okay, good. Let us know if you have any other questions. We're always here to help. Anybody else? They want more on vocabulary section. So the vocabulary section is really just, so they'll say, okay, the word is demise. Does demise mean I don't know, the pencil in the corner, or B, the downfall of something? And the kid will say, it means B, the downfall of something. And then they'll go, that is correct. And so if you get out, if you say the wrong thing and you get out, you're out. It's just like when you spell. So they do that to kind of weed out more kids, basically. Scripps does. So that we started doing, we threw in 2 rounds of it. And actually the kids did pretty good with the vocabulary. I thought the vocabulary was a little easier than, honestly, than the spelling. Some of the words, Scripps has a lot of foreign words. So you guys need to have your kids study some foreign words because there was a lot of them.
Oh, and I'll say this just because you just triggered something in my mind, that during our competition, as well as during Scripps, some of the words are on the spelling list and some are not. So there's studied words as well as unstudied words.
Yes.
And again, we'll get more into that as we get closer to the competition. No, not during the same round, Brian. Vocabulary rounds are one round, spelling is a separate round.
Everybody has a turn of vocabulary at that round, and then they switch back to oral again, and then everybody gets the oral word again.
So I think last year we did 2 or 3 rounds of spelling and then a vocabulary round.
Yeah. This is exciting. So many people interested in this. So thank you for being here. We'll be sending out more information all the time. If questions arise at any time, let us know. We're here to help. And we look forward to working with you this year. It's a great opportunity for kids. They love it. They have such a good time. And we really feel great about being able to partner with Scripps and offer this. So thank you for being part of that.
Any other questions before we sign off?
All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Thank you. Bye.